Enter the standard, please.
Proszę o odśpiewanie hymnu państwowego.
Do sing the national anthem, please.
Wysoki Senacie, Szanowni Państwo,
Honorable Senate, ladies and gentlemen,
otwieram
dear
uroczystość
students,
inauguracji
I
roku
hereby
akademickiego
open the ceremony of the 2025-26 academic year at the Medical University in
bardzo
Łódź.
serdecznie. Proszę
Welcome everybody to sit down.
Mam zaszczyt powitać.
It's my great honor to welcome Mr. Adrian Witczak, member of Polish Parliament,
przewodniczącego parlamentarnego
head of the Parliamentary
leczenia żywieniowego,
Committee for Nutritional Medication and Vice President of the Committee for Medicine. Mr. Mazurek, Voivod of Łódź, Bartosz Tomaszewicz.
przewodniczącego Rady Miejskiej,
President of the City Council.
witam pana Tomasza Karaudę.
Tomasz Karauda, representing the Marshal of the Łódź Voivodeship and the Vice President of the Łódź Board. Mateusz Klęcki, Director of the Department of Development Medical Cadres of the Ministry of Health. Colonel Arkadiusz Kosowski, Director of Department of Military Health Services at the Ministry of Defense. Colonel Arkadiusz Bajczyk, representing Chief of General Staff of Polish Military. Colonel Dr. Jacek Madloch, Commander of the Medical Training Center in Łódź. Rectors, Professor Krzysztof Jóźwik, Rector of the Technical University of Łódź. Professor Marek Szyrek, Deputy Rector for Students of the Film School in Łódź.
Witam pana profesora
Professor Maciek Staszewski, Deputy Rector for Students and Science, a Musical Academy in Łódź.
Panią profesor Ewę Wojtyniak-Dębińską.
Professor Wojtyna Dębińska, Deputy Director for Science and Academic Evaluation.
Witam panią
Professor Małgorzata Wrzesień, Deputy Rector for Education, the University of Łódź.
Witam pułkownika rezerwy
Colonel
inżyniera
Dr. Norbert Świętochowski, Deputy Rector of the Land Military Academy in Wrocław.
Witam serdecznie doktora Pawła Czekalskiego, prezesa
Paweł Czekalski, Dr. Paweł Czekalski, President of the Regional Medical Board in Łódź. Dr. Mateusz Kowalczyk, Deputy President of the Supreme Medical Council.
Witam
Professor Aleksander Welte, Deputy President of the Polish Academy of Sciences.
Witam
Professor Andrzej Bartoszewicz, President of the Łódź branch of the Polish Academy of Sciences. Mirosława Olejniczak, President of the Regional Council of Nurses.
Witam pana Łukasza Konka,
Łukasz Konek, President of the Regional Pharmaceutical Council.
Piotra Kopka, prezesa
Piotr
Zarządu
Kopek.
Wojewódzkiego Funduszu Ochrony Środowiska i Gospodarki Wodnej w Łodzi.
President of the Regional
Witam pana Ireneusza Staronia, zastępcę prezesa Agencji Badań Medycznych.
Fund. Also, Mr. Staron, Deputy
Mariusza
the
Kozińskiego,
Medical Research Institute. So, President of the Bionano Park in Łódź. Dr. Urszula Sztuka-Palińska, Director of the Provincial Sanitary Station in Łódź.
pana doktora
Dr. Dawid Budny, Deputy Director of Medical Emergency Station in Łódź. Andrzej Peraj, President of the Łódź Regional Development Center.
Witam panią doktor habilitowaną Iwonę Maroszyńską.
Professor Iwona Maruszyńska, Director of the Polish Mothers Hospital.
Pana dyrektora Andrzeja Kasprzyka.
Andrzej Kasprzyk, Director of the Oncology and Traumatology Center in Łódź.
Witam reprezentujących Pabianickie Centrum Medyczne.
So representatives of Mr. Olszewski and Banaś, representatives of the Pabianice Medical Center. No, directors of the Jąsze Medical Center, Mr. Łukaszewski and Szeszew.
Witam dyrekcję Wojewódzkiego Szpitala
Directors of the Łódź Specialist Center, named Bygański, Mr. Wąsowska and Słomka.
Witam byłych rektorów.
Former rectors of the university, Professor Wadzisław Kordek,
Pana profesora
Professor Paweł Górski,
pana profesora
Professor Henryk Stępień,
pana profesora Krzysztofa Zemana,
Professor Krzysztof Zeman,
pana profesora Jana Chojnackiego.
Professor Jan Chojnacki.
Witam dyrekcję szpitali.
I'd like to welcome directors of Clinical Hospital, Professor Ptaszyński and Konrad Walczak.
Witam dyrekcję liceów patronackich.
Directors of our partnering institutions, companies, high schools, as well as members of the university, and especially cordially I'd like to welcome students and doctoral candidates.
Dziękuję wszystkim tym, którzy nie mogli osobiście.
Many thanks to those who have not been able to participate in person and submitted letters. All of them will be published, posted on the university website. Now, Adrian Czak, now, Member of Parliament, please read out a message from the Polish Parliament.
Your Excellency, the Rector, members of authorities of the Medical University of Łódź, dear professors, honorable professors, teachers, students, and all invited guests. It's a great honor for me to be here at the Medical University of Łódź and take part in the inauguration ceremony of the new academic year. Each inauguration is a special moment. It marks the beginning of a path, new plans and challenges. To students who are starting their education, this is the first step into their professional lives. To professors and teachers, it's a moment, it is a special moment, which leaves some room for reflection and planning new challenges. To me, every inauguration or academic year was special. I remember them as a student, a member of the University Senate, and plenipotentiary of the rector. Recently, I've had the pleasure to take part in the opening of a modern oncology center and university pharmacy. And that shows that the Medical University of Łódź not only teaches and carries out studies, but also develops its infrastructure, improves its infrastructure in response to the needs of patients and medical professionals. This is a testimony that education acquired here, knowledge acquired here, has got a practical dimension and serve for the benefit of all the community. As a politician, I could speak about funds that are earmarked or should be earmarked for the development or additional investment. But what would these funds be without the effort of people who know how to use them well? So taking this opportunity to be able to speak to you, I'd like to express great gratitude to the rector, Professor Janusz Piekarski, and the whole college, director Monika Domaracka, and all the staff of the Medical University. Gratitude, because you give me a reason to be proud of our region, of our Medical University of Łódź. In the past year, I participated in 2 sittings of the Conference of Rectors of Medical Universities, and I was really very happy when from renowned professors, rectors of other medical universities, I had so many good words about our Medical University of Łódź. Thank you that to all of us, people living in this region, you give us the reason to be proud of it. Your magnificent rector, you know how to bring together the development of the university with caring for people. I know that thanks to your leadership, the Medical University of Łódź develops very well and enjoys its authority, which is recognized across the country. Last year, I heard the speech of Professor Janusz Piekarski during the inauguration of the past academic year. And I can remember that he said that university is not only a place where you get knowledge, but also university can generate courage, good thinking, patriotism, but I would also add empathy to it. So dear students, because to you this is a very special moment, let me address you directly and personally. I'd like to share with you a book that I received from my friend, a former member of parliament, Sławomir Piechota. MP with disability. He visited me and he gave me a book that those who have the biggest empathy will survive. This is the title of the book. So I looked at him and I said, Sławek, I am a biologist, and Darwin was telling us about the survival of the fittest. And then Sławek looked at me and he said, today, it's not the power of muscles or the strength of your voice, but the strength of empathy, caring for people, congeniality, ability to build local communities. And I know that here at the Medical University, also this cooperation and congeniality, they come first. And for that, I'd like to thank you very much. Dear students, let this year bring a lot of successes and satisfaction to you, and I hope that it will give you the feeling that you are not only members of academic community, but that you also are building better future for our country, for Poland. On behalf of the Prime Minister Donald Tusk and on my own behalf, I would like to wish you all the best in facing these organizational and educational challenges, many successes and satisfaction in your work for the development of Polish healthcare, education, and I couldn't finish my contribution in any other way than by saying Vivat Academia and Vivat Professores.
Many thanks, dear Mr. Member of Parliament. Many thanks for your warm words about the University of Łódź. Now, Marek Mazur, first Deputy Voivod of the province of Łódź. Do come on stage, please. Your Magnificence, Mr. Rector, Honorable Senate, ladies and gentlemen, especially Mr. Member of Parliament, dear students, would also like to express my satisfaction and content from being able to participate in the opening ceremony of the Medical University of Łódź. It's one of the largest universities in our country, not only in the area of medicine. Now, the city of Łódź is called a city of students, and you significantly contribute to this moniker because it's largely due to you that this city has this character. Today, for the city and region to develop, we need not only factories and other workplaces. We need, indeed, universities, such as the Medical University of Łódź. You educate cadres who are going to become doctors, physicians, who will be proud to serve others. People need help. People need assistance from doctors. And it is the case that everybody, since birth and to the end of their days, is some ways linked to medicine, to doctors, and will need medical help. We need to invest in medical education. Mr. Member of Parliament said that he is not going to talk about funds, but we need to indeed reiterate the fact that both the Polish government and local authorities assign huge amounts of money to medical services, medical education, the equipment of hospitals, clinics. Funds are really very substantial, and so it's time for them to be well used especially in terms of the Recovery Fund, the European Union. We know how much we've invested in hospitals and clinics and purchasing medical equipment. This support will continue as we need to invest. It's an investment in society, in health. Health is the most important thing. Now, looking around this room and seeing military students, we are really proud that you also educate military health professionals, as they are going to support us and help us citizens. Many thanks for your invitation, Mr. Rector. I'd like to say that I hope this university will continue to occupy this high place in rankings in Poland and internationally. The university is developing. I'm very happy to see former rectors, which is proof that together you continue the good situations related to the development of this university. Dear students, I'd like to congratulate you on your choice. Very happy that you've made it here. As you know, a dream itself is not all, because to be enlisted in such a prestigious university is a great honor. I believe that you use your time here very well and that you will serve a society as society expects good professional doctors, and you, I'm sure, are going to provide and rise to the occasion. So I hope this ceremony will be satisfactory, and we will be proud of our university here as being one of the best. I'm not well versed in statistics. Perhaps it's already the best in the country, which is my wish for you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear students, doctoral students, academic community, to start with, I would like to ask you for a moment on reflection, and we'd like to pay homage to those who passed away over the past academic year. They will always be in our memory. Professor
Pani profesor Anna Półżańska, pani profesor Grażyna Skotnicka-Klonowicz, pani profesor Anna Sysa-Jędrzejowska, pan profesor Piotr Arkuszewski, pan profesor Marian Brodzki, pan profesor Maciej Chałubiński, pan profesor Andrzej Lewiński, pan profesor Paweł Liberski, doktor habilitowany Michał Ogiński, doktor nauk medycznych Barbara Dziedzic, doktor Izabela Kupry-Ślipińska, doktor Dariusz Kaczmarczyk, doktor Krzysztof Słomiak, pułkownik rezerwy lekarz Janusz Walędzik, magister Grażyna Płusa, magister inżynier Andrzej Bereżewski, magister inżynier Mikołaj Kubiak, pani Paulina Fotyga, pani Jolanta Okurowska, pan Jarosław Korbicki, pan Jerzy Mruk. Proszę spocząć.
Could you please take your seats? Ladies and gentlemen, the inauguration of an academic year is the time of summing up what already happened, but also a time for reflection. This is really exceptional that at universities in Poland and globally we meet to begin another academic year and to remind ourselves of the goals and objectives and values that are important for us. And we are happy that we are here together, our staff, students, because we together create a university which is open, rooted in the tradition, courageous because we are ready to face challenges and change the world around. I'd like to address words of gratitude to the teachers who share their knowledge, to students who actively participate in the life of the university, and our administrative staff who organize the whole workflow. I'd like to welcome new members of our community. We will face new challenges, being open to science, and we hope that we will contribute to the development of the medical university. The past academic year was a year of really strong development and enhancing our position in Poland. Well, university is mainly about students that inspire us, and they are very much engaged in the life of our medical university of Łódź. They are our strength. In today's recruitment process, we had many candidates, mainly in the leading courses. We had as many as 19 candidates per one place. Over 9,000 new students. Over 9,000 students will start their education this year, and 3,000 of them are new students. There are also cadets, future doctors, and their education is financed by the Ministry of National Defense. There are also foreign students who are interested to study in Poland. This year we are joined by 106 students from the UK, Ireland, and Zimbabwe. So we will have together 600 foreign students and also doctoral students over 200. So currently our staff accounts for 2,800 persons. We have 116 professors. Our researchers, doctoral students, and students are also laureates of many competitions organized by the Ministry or the Polish Academy of Sciences. Last year, 12 students received internships from the Minister of Health, and that was the biggest number of internships offered to any medical university in Poland. And 12 people received also regional internships and rector internships. These were awarded to 500 students. We have almost 60 student research groups and various association of students and graduates. We offer them modern laboratories, medical simulation center, and a very strong self-government of students organizes many trips and cultural events. And believe me that taking part in these events is really unforgettable, and I really recommend you to use this opportunity. We have also a sports center for students. Our sports center, among other medical universities, is the best because for over a dozen years we've been the winner of a university sports competition. We are also very proud of our choir, which last year celebrated its 20th anniversary. In the Jubilee concert, there were almost 80 members of the choir. They were singing the bell, and Professor Anna Domańska, the conductor, received the bronze medal as a person with high achievements for Polish culture. And today you will also have the opportunity to listen to the same premiere song. We are improving also our position in international rankings. We also receive distinctions in a very prestigious ranking. In 2025, we maintained our strong position. We were especially highly assessed for the quality of research and quality of education. In the ranking of universities, medical university, among other medical universities, ranked first, together with medical universities from Gdańsk and Białystok. I would like to pay my respect, because this is a gigantic success and huge effort, and my thanks go to the former rector, Radzisław Kordek. Thank you. Thank you very much, because in the overall ranking of medical universities, of the universities, we ranked 12, and we were considered a leader in educational innovation, and also we ranked third in receiving and attracting funds. We also have successes in many competitions. Results of two competitions were announced, where our researchers were at the top, and we have also laureates for the leaders in Polish science and education, and that shows our commitment, the commitment of our staff to research and education. We also put in place new solutions that support healthcare. We work together with many renowned European universities, more than 160 of them. We carry out joint projects, organize student mobilities. We hope that this mobility of students, of both students and our staff, will be growing. Of course, we have to invest not only in infrastructure, but also in human capital. We managed to allocate 190 million for infrastructural projects. These are the funds that we received from the National Reconstruction Plan. We also develop new modern labs also for different types of exams. We are currently, the construction of a new U1 building is going on. This is a new modern didactic space that will host teaching rooms, but also administrative offices. And one of our key undertakings is the second stage of building the university research center, and that this is worth almost 800 million. We developed the surgical theater and imaging testing rooms. Among our major investment achievements, we have a project to improve the research quality of our center that received the subsidy of 7.5 million. We are here the leader of the consortium, and we are carrying out this project together with 3 clinical hospitals. We couldn't do that without the passion and commitment of our staff, students, doctoral students, and external partners. Our successes in applications for grants, international exchanges, and participation in international research confirm the quality of our university. We also work on developing enterprise at our university, because we also want to contribute to the commercialization of knowledge. Our university includes also 3 clinical hospitals that are being continuously modernized. A few days ago, in our central clinical hospital, which is based exactly in this campus where we are, We opened 2 pharmacies with cytostatic lab equipped with the latest, with top-notch equipment, and nutrition center. We also expanded our psychology and psychiatric assistance center for children. And also we managed to digitize our pediatric ward. We are currently reconstructing our pediatric hospital. At clinical hospital number 2, we opened up, we added new equipment for outpatient care. We also received Da Vinci robot. We purchased an IT system and developed a new ophthalmology ward. And that only happened last year. We also run many initiatives benefiting from our practical experience and knowledge of our experts. Currently, we focus on the implementation of sustainable development strategy, where we put in place projects that promote healthy lifestyle, but also care for the environment. We also have our participatory budget to which students and our members of our staff can suggest projects that will improve the life of our community, and the budget enjoys a lot of interest. There is also an initiative, Women Power 40 Plus, with women 40 plus in mind. Members of the participants to the project develop their own interests. So it means that we not only limit ourselves to offer education, but we also to build up awareness of women, but not only women, about how to be active in years after studies. Improved comfort of life of our senior residents, lectures, workshops conducted by experts in health, diets, and new technologies. They offer not only practical knowledge, but also an opportunity to establish new relationships and share experiences. We also actively participate in opening up our university to new audiences. We organize open days with a very busy and rich agenda. Lots of workshops and lectures. We also had the 3rd edition of Research Camp Summer School 2025. We invited the best secondary school or high school students, and they took part in over 20 workshops in biology, but also surgery. So we are offering a wide array of activities, and we actively respond to the needs of our local community and academic community. In the face of dynamically changing geopolitical situation, we have to be ready to face new challenges, also in the field of medicine and health care and health protection. International changes, epidemiological threats, necessitate not only knowledge but also flexibility and ability to respond quickly. That's why it's so important to build partnerships, transboundary partnerships, also to foster military health service. Together we can face these global issues, taking care of not only science but also health. As a university that trains military doctors, we very closely cooperate with the Ministry of National Defense and also with local authorities to offer the best training to these military students and also to foster the health safety of the country. Altogether, we have 870 cadets. In the face of the armed conflict at our border, but also of accidents or events that are taking place in our skies, we need strong military structures. We have to support the development of military healthcare. And by that, our university not only delivers its mission, but also actively supports and increases the military potential of Poland. We also offer modern teaching courses. We develop simulation labs, and we engage in initiatives for medical care, but also for defense. We believe that education is the major component of security and safety. Dear first-year students, this is your day. As of today, everything is in your hands. You have managed, you have turned out to be very successful as a result of your own work, but also with the support of your families. So don't lose it, don't waste it, but don't lose your personalities in this race for your profession. In the profession that you are going to perform, a human being is at the center. Don't be afraid of facing challenges and don't stop dreaming, because future belongs to those who believe in their beautiful dreams, as Antoine Saint-Exupéry expressed it. Ladies and gentlemen, we all want to develop education and create a community where all members can develop their own potential. So let's create a university that not only responds to the challenges of the modern world, but also delineates directions for future development. Gaude Amus, which accompanies each inauguration, is the expression of joy of students and teaching staff for the possibility to be able to acquire knowledge, to be able to teach and to learn, because this is really very special thing reserved only to very selected circles. And we are the privileged ones who can participate in it. I'd like to wish all of us a year full of inspiration, efficient cooperation, and being part of this community that is the foundation of true success. And let us spend this year safely. And let's have many good initiatives, because only together we can build future that will respond to our wishes.
I'm extremely pleased to welcome Vice Minister of Health, Katarzyna Kacperczyk. If Madam Minister would like to take the stage, the floor is yours. Thank you, Mr. Rector. Honorable Senate, dear professors, doctors, the staff of the Medical University of Łódź, dear students and guests. Many thanks for inviting me to this very special occasion. For me, it's especially so because I am not only here as a Vice Minister of Health, but also as a person from your province. I come from the province of Łódź, so for me it's very touching to participate in this ceremony. I was very proud to listen to Mr. Rector, who talked about your achievements, your great achievements and fantastic plans that are still ahead of you. The Medical University of Łódź has been one of the most important centers educating future doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, and diagnostics and other medical specialists in Poland. You're developing a broad international cooperation, both in terms of didactics and science. I know that international competition is very tough, so the fact that you can make your mark, not only in Poland, but also in Europe and internationally, it's something to be proud of. As Mr. Rector mentioned, we are living in difficult times, a lot of challenges ahead of us, both geopolitical ones and, as the COVID pandemic showed, some medical challenges. Also challenges and perhaps opportunities that we need to face together, such as the development of digitization and artificial intelligence. I'm very happy that you here at the Medical University of Łódź, you're looking at such options and implementing strategies, developing programs. These are the responses to the most pressing challenges. Today's inauguration is also an opportunity to show off the number of projects that you're already implementing or are going to. The Ministry of Health has been supporting from the budget of the state as our part 46, smaller and larger investment projects undertaken by medical universities. In particular, this university, we're also making available funds from other sources, EU funds. What I am happiest about is that the investment and the funds that we've been able to transfer from the National Recovery Fund. We've heard a lot about it in the mass media, but it's not often easy to translate that into practical activities. Those funds are involved both in the clinical hospitals and the university itself. 195 million zlotys for the development of the medical university in Łódź. It's an unprecedented case. I'm really a little worried whether you will be able to complete all these investments in time. But right now, I'm pretty sure that everything is under control. Then you're on the right path to success. And thanks to these investments, everybody here, the students and the professors and staff, will be able to take advantage of them. We should have decent conditions for studying and for work, and hopefully funds from the National Recovery Fund and other sources will attract even more students and teachers, professors, staff of this university. Dear Mr. Rector, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Minister Jolanta Sobielańska-Grenda, on my own behalf, as well as on behalf of all workers of the ministry who you come into contact with on a daily basis, I'd like to wish you all the best on the occasion of this inauguration. You're building something special. You are involved in very big, important matters. It's not only about the walls and investments. It's all about the people, professors, deans, rectors, deputy rectors, doctoral candidates, students. All of you contribute to this university. You create a special atmosphere here. You create a special ecosystem that supports our patients, because by the end of the day, the good of the patients, care and empathy combined with professionalism is what counts. Many thanks for what you've done to date. And again, I wish you a lot of successes in the coming academic year.
Now I would like to give the floor to Katarzyna Płoszka, the chairperson of the self-government of our doctoral students. Your Magnificence Director, guests and students and teachers, I have an honor to welcome you all on behalf of our doctoral students. I'd like to welcome you to the inauguration of academic year. And on this special day, I would like to congratulate our first year doctoral students who have been admitted to study at our university. It's a great honor because the best of the best, not only from Poland, but only from around the world, have selected our university as a place where they can develop their knowledge. As young researchers, in the 4 years to come, you will be improving your knowledge and mastering your knowledge in different areas. You will also develop them at the international level, building also your own position to become independent researchers. And all your knowledge, you will share this knowledge with our students, encouraging them for further development. This is a very demanding road, but remember that your passion and ambitions will help you accomplish your goals. And don't hesitate to take risks, because failures also can bring us to success. Remember that even the most eminent researchers globally learned a lot from their own failures. I hope that this year will be a source of development for you and that you will never lose your faith in your knowledge and expertise. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite the chairman of our student community, student self-government. Your Magnificence Rector, Honorable Senate, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, on behalf of the Council of Student Self-Government, I have the pleasure to welcome you in the new academic year 2025-2026, and I especially warmly welcome the freshmen at our medical University of Łódź. University studies are times of challenges and opportunities, but you are not alone. You have your older colleagues, us, the self-government, that will always support you and help you if needed. And I'd like also to invite you to work together with us so that we could create better space for us at the university. And I hope that you will be persistent in accomplishing your objectives, that you will have enough courage to face challenges, and also that you will develop friendships with which you'll go throughout your life. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and a very ceremonial moment of the inauguration is the immatriculation of doctoral students and students that begin the journey with our university. I would like to invite Professor Agnieszka Piastowska-Ciesielska, Vice Rector for Science, to read out the text of oath. And could you please all raise? Aware of the traditional duties of members of the community of the Medical University of Łódź, I do solemnly swear that I will require and perfect my learning and professional skills assiduously for social benefit. That I will strive to discover truth, the foundation of all science. Scrupulously carry out scientific research and fulfill teaching obligations. Respect moral principles and rules of social conduct. Protect the good name of the university and preserve the dignity of doctoral students. My congratulations.
Bardzo dziękuję, pani rektor.
Thank you very much, Madam Rector. Today, students of 3 faculties of our university will become fully fledged members of our academic community. I would like to invite Professor Adam Durzyński, Deputy Rector for Student Affairs, to read out the text of the oath, and the students will be repeating it. Fully aware of time-honored duties of a member of the academic community, I do solemnly swear that I will acquire and perfect my learning and professional skills assiduously in preparing myself to work for the country's welfare. That I will obey moral and ethic principles. That I will preserve the dignity as a student and obey principles of social and peer relationships. I will hold human life in high esteem. I will respect my patient's privacy in a tactful manner. I will express gratitude to my university for the opportunity to study my chosen profession. I will respect my teachers. Having the honor of being a student at the Medical University of Łódź, I do promise that I will fulfill my obligations according to my strengths and abilities, regarding health protection and patients' good to the highest moral dictates. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Bardzo dziękuję, panie rektorze. Na dzisiejszej
Thank you, Rector, and also students who begin studies in English. They will also take oath from them, and all English-speaking students, could you please repeat after the rector?
Deep breath and repeat after me. fully aware of the time-honored duties of a member of the academic community of the Medical University, of which I do solemnly swear. That I will require and perfect my knowledge and professional skills assiduously. I shall obey moral and ethical principles. I shall obey standards of community life. I shall hold human life in high esteem. I shall respect my patient's privacy in a tactful manner. I shall treat my teachers with due deference. I shall keep the good name of the university and preserve dignity as the student. Accepting the honor of being a student at the medical university, I swear down that I will fulfill the pledge. Regarding health protection and pensions good as the highest moral commitment. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Now you join the community of the students of Medical University. All the best for you. Take the best of your time.
Bardzo dziękuję. Proszę spokojnie.
Thank you very much. Could you please sit down? Today, doctoral students and students of our university will become fully fledged members of our academic community. I would like to invite deans to accompany me in the ceremonial act of immatriculation. And I will hand over the chairing of this part of the ceremony. So we'll start with the ceremonial immatriculation of doctoral students. I'd like to invite Professor Tomasz Boczek, the director of International Doctoral School, and Dr. Wichna, the director of International Doctoral School. I would like to invite the representative of International Doctoral School and Doctoral School for Nuclear Medicine for the ceremonial act of inauguration.
Oraz pana lekarza medycyny Michała Żuberka.
And now the ceremonial immatriculation of representatives of students of the first year. From the Faculty of Pharmacy, I'd like to invite the Dean of the faculty who will accompany the rector in the immatriculation ceremony. And I would like to invite to the stage
panią Julię Łaszkiewicz-Łaszczyńską, panią Irminę Leszczyńską, panią Ewę Cieniewską, panią Aleksandrę Żółtowską oraz pana Oskara Ciecierskiego. Na scenę zapraszam pana profesora Jacka Rożnieckiego.
I'd like to invite Professor Jacek Rożniecki, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, who will accompany Mr. Rector in the immatriculation of students.
Aleksandrę Skrzypczyńską, Hannę Bugała, Aleksandrę Kowalczyk, Mateusza Świgulskiego, Julię Grzegorczyk, Szymona Palkę, Zofię Kikowską, Marcina Jabłeckiego, Jana Wojaka, Aleksandra Rymkiewicza, Aleksandrę Śliwińską, Malinę Olborską i Izabelę Gałyską. Na scenę zapraszam również studentów kierunku.
I would also like to invite students of medicine
Aleksandrę Pawlik, pana
for military medicine.
Zapraszam również reprezentantów.
And now I would like to invite our English speaking students.
Ewa Tank, Motade Baba Tope, Abdullaham Elark. Przed nami Wydział Nauki
And
Zdrowia.
the Faculty of Health Sciences. I'd like to invite the Dean of the faculty who will accompany the rector in the act of immatriculation. And I would like to invite to the stage the following students.
Bartosza Gapińskiego, panią Lenę Triniszewską, panią Antoninę Wojtczak, pana Bartosza Wawrzyniaka, panią Nadię Fintek, panią Weronikę Borowską, panią Wiktorię Wójt, panią Paulinę Walak, pana Michała Chmieleckiego, panią Magdalenę Wit, panią Magdalenę Sibielak oraz panią Julię Plocek. Dziękuję bardzo, gratuluję.
Thank you very much and congratulations once again.
Bardzo Państwu dziękuję.
Thank you very much and I wish you all many successes in acquiring knowledge at your studies. And in inauguration lecture will be presented by Professor Radisław Kordek, the rector of the university between 2016-2024, the head of oncology and oncology department. And he will tell us about milestones in modern oncology.
Mr. Rector, first of all, I'd like to thank you very much for this invitation. I was wondering what I could show to you. I found a picture where I was a freshman, first on the right, in a checkered shirt. It's myself. First of all, it's proof that I used to be young. Secondly, I was trying to remember my inauguration, but I couldn't. So I decided I want to address this inaugural lecture to you. Now, the people who are in the front, please understand me. I'm going to simplify certain things. When I graduated, I went to work with the wisest person I knew. I was just wondering who I could work with. It was Chief of Oncology, Leszek Woźniak. Of course, they asked me to work in the clinic right away. And I was visited by Aunt Marcia. We had a common ancestor 200 years before, and this aunt visited me, and I diagnosed her, and she had an advanced breast cancer. I performed biopsy. She went home, and I saw it with my own eyes. She disappeared for 2 weeks. She was supposed to come back, but we didn't have too many telephones there at the time. And aunt undressed. I examined her. Nothing there. Completely healthy. I was a young doctor, but the older ones, they were really wondering what happened. So they amputated her breast, and I was there, and she said, no cancer. And I told her, and she said, I knew about it because I went to Częstochowa. Was it a miracle or not? It's difficult to tell, but that's what I saw with my own eyes, a metastasized breast cancer. That is an incurable disease according to every manual or handbook issued today. So we had to do with a spontaneous remission of cancer. In the past, we used to see more cases than that. Later on, they started to ascribe those cases to therapeutic successes. Even today, some scholars believe that some cancers that actually occur and could be detected regress spontaneously. That's according to some research, it's up to 30% of breast cancer. I was very, very much interested in this subject. We didn't have journals in the library. We had a martial law, so they couldn't send journals. There was something like current contents. We could read the contents of journals, and we sent requests to international scientists to send some copies. And Stephen Rosenberg, later the director of the National Oncological Institute, one of the most prominent researchers in the history of American oncology, they discovered cytokines, and they mixed lymphocytes with cytokines, injected into the bloodstream, and the patient they got a high fever, some got remission, some died. Eventually, they dropped the issue. So we found out that in the 1990s that there is something to immunotherapy of cancer, but we can't really deal with it. We can't deal with the fact that cancer is treated as tissue belonging to the patient. So we have the potential to destroy all tissue. So why can't we destroy cancer as foreign? So we have a sneaking through mechanism, so the changes are so slow and gradual that there is not a single moment of kicking in the mechanism of protection. There are other mechanisms. So there is a invisibility cape or throwing among wolves. So cancers, tumors have different mechanisms of operation. But the truth is that the body could destroy the tumor, but it treats it as its own tissue. So they started to examine tolerance. So lymphocytes, when they want, sorry for the simplification, but lymphocyte, when it wants to destroy something, it extends arms. And to destroy tissue, both arms need third, fourth arm need to catch something as cofactors, co-stimulants, so on and so forth. Then a lymphocyte can kill. A lymphocyte has more arms, among others, CTLA4 and PD1. Now, if they find the ligands for those receptors, then it will treat the tissue as its own. So it was discovered how a lymphocyte gets a message. Don't touch it, it's our guy. So PDL1 was discovered by Takasuku Onjo. It's checked how to pronounce it. It's easy to figure out. He's Japanese. He discovered it in 1992. In 2018, he was awarded Nobel Prize. Second man, James Allison, who discovered CTLA4. Now, we developed drugs here even faster than for PD1, but PD-L1. But we know that there are markers that tell lymphocytes, don't touch us, we belong to the organism. So then we started to think about humanized antibodies. It's an old story. Initially, we produced diagnostic antibodies using chimeras of murine cells, then started genetic engineering. So we started to produce antibodies identical to human antibodies. It reflected in the name. If it's a chimera, so half mouse, half human, then the ending is xema. If it's humanized, it's almost the Zumab. If it's almost the entire antibody, and Mumab, it's totally identical to human antibodies. So the two medications are a huge breakthrough in oncology. It's difficult to compare. It's rituximab, which was introduced in 1997, almost 20 years ago, against the CD20 antigen or lymphomas, and it greatly improved prognosis. And the other medication, trastuzumab, Herceptin, against antigen HER2, introduced in 1998. These two medications are being sold in huge quantities around the world, and they improve the fate of oncological patients. But we had technology. It appeared that it was very simple to produce antibodies against PD-1, PD-L1 against CTLA4. The best known medication is pembrolizumab. It covers PD-1, and then it cannot connect to the PDL ligand on the cancer cells. So we developed even more antibodies in this cycle. For example, if we have a breast cancer in each patient, we determine expression of PD-1 in that cancer. If this expression is substantial, then the patients are treated immunologically. Now, please do not attach yourselves to these labels, but this is only a lecture. Just want to show you how melanoma was treated over the years. And we saw the greatest number of total remissions here. But year after year, more and more immunological therapies were implemented. And what's the situation Today, the mean survival time in people with metastasized melanoma is increased from 6 months to 6 years. So a combination of blocking CTLA-4 and PD-1, also kinase inhibitors. So today, people with metastasized cancer tumor is in a way a chronic patient. And more new therapies are being registered. We've never seen such dynamics. This immunotherapy is effective and often more effective than classical chemotherapy. It can be used on its own. If in a patient with advanced cancer we do not find mutations, they are treated with immunotherapy alone. Rector Anczak told me about cases that patients can really survive for a long time. Interestingly, that in Poland the medications are registered quite fast, and on this list we have the same medications as elsewhere in Western Europe. It's a great achievement. It's not really noted. In the past, it took a lot of effort. We also have new preparations that are cheaper with similar efficiency. What are the prices? As you see, the names of those antibodies are quite difficult, especially for a person of my age, but I connect them to the names of elves in the Lord of the Rings. I kind of associate them with different faces. Like 2 weeks ago, they showed a case of sarcoma. It was never treated immunologically before. It was PD-L1 on it, and medications were administered, and the patient received a complete remission. So in the future, perhaps we won't be looking at a particular type of tumor, but at a type of therapy. Now, how much does it cost? Pembrolizumab is the first ranking medication in terms of value, almost $30 billion, and the curve is growing. I don't know how much we spend in Poland, but I think it's hundreds of millions of zlotys. So this advancement is extremely costly. The second group is CAR-T cells. So on the one hand, we have overcoming immunological problems, and then we want to kind of improve the effectiveness of lymphocytes. So we developed CAR-T cells with chimeral antigens. They sense via a very simple receptor. There's a ligand activator co-stimulation, and they begin to work. So how can we make sure that lymphocytes react to certain antigens? We need to create a chimera. Today in medicine, they're very popular. Classical chimera from mythology is part goat, part lion, part snake. So this is what we are building these days. In '87, Mr. Kuwana, Japanese, Eshar and Gross, from Israel, they created a T-body receptors that recognize simple organic compounds, and there were more and more generations of CAR-T cells, and the microbiologists from all over the world worked on it, trying out a lot of solutions. Right now we've got a 5th generation. So the receptor not only recognizes, but it also able to fight cancer cells more effectively. So better proliferation, resistance to apoptosis, production of cytokines, better improved cytotoxicity, co-stimulators, and lytic activity of the matrix. So these cells are equipped like a spaceship with many options. How can you do that? It seems simple. We take lymphocytes from the patients, we modify them genetically to have the expression of a desirable receptor, then we proliferate them, and we re-administer them to in an IV drip. In 2010, that was the first patient, Bill Ludwig, a very ill individual after many failed therapies. He was the first one to get CAR T therapy. He achieved a complete remission for 10 years. He died from COVID. And CAR T is usually applied in patients with lymphoma B. I'm not talking about things that are impossible. These things are happening around us. But 2 weeks ago, thanks to ABM, or the Agency for Medical Research, first CAR T, academic CAR T, was administered in Poland. So we are in the front line of implementation of such methods. Now, costs. The therapy costs $373,000 to $475,000 per patient. So if you take into account hospitalization, one patient costs about $1 million. About 40 to 60% of patients have remission. So there are some, of course, complications, especially infections. So we must be aware of this. We have also new preparations. I'd like just to mention one more thing. It looks simple, but it's really a genius. It's so-called BITE, or engagers. So cells, we have a BIT to lymphocyte T, and they have also affinity to antigens on the cells of tumors, such as, for example, lymphomas. So we had bispecific antibodies activating lymphocytes T and linking to tumor cells. So I think there are hundreds or thousands of studies devoted to such situations. So absolutely, we are entering an era where the classical chemotherapy will be marginalized, but therapy is going to be very expensive. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rector, and I'm sure you already know why so many doctors or so many students at the end of their studies decide to become oncologists. After such a lecture, I think that this is absolutely clear. Thank you very much once again. Now I would like to invite you to the concert of our choir of the Medical University of Łódź. Our choir represents us. We are proud of it, and every day they bring new trophies from competitions, and the conductor is Professor Anna Domańska. So now please enjoy this short concert.
Szanowni Państwo,
Ladies and gentlemen, today marks not just the beginning of the new academic year, but this is also another important step in the history of our choir. Year 2025 has been a special year because it's a jubilee year. The choir was established 20 years ago, and on the 20th of April this year we celebrated this anniversary in the same room during our jubilee concert, jubilee performance. We'd like to come back to these emotions and to share part of these celebrations with you. So we will listen to John Hobby piece, The Bell, inspired by Jan Christiansen fairy tale. And the solo, there will be solo on Fleet Ewa Raczkowska, a graduate of the Faculty of Medicine, violin Julia Wiśniewska, saxophone Patrycjusz Tarnowski, bass guitar Jakub Rusiński, also a graduate of our Faculty of Medicine, drums Błażej Kozłowski, and at the piano Jakub Czech, and we'll listen to the choir of the Medical University of Łódź, conducted by Professor Anna Domańska.
Bardzo dziękuję za ten wspaniały występ.
Thank you very much for this lovely concert and the choir that has been performing for us for so many years has reached another level of excellence. These are really exceptional experiences listening to you. The immatriculation of the act of immatriculation of students declares that freshmen have become students. And here I would like to declare the academic year 2025-2026 open. And now we'll sing Gaudeamus. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us on this ceremonial inauguration of academic year 2025-2026. And now I would like to ask you to take out the standard of Medical University in Łódź, and I would like to ask all of you present here at the ceremony to stay in the room until the standard is taken out.